Was sprinkler, Mimi.
And that is one of my pet peeves with the traditional design thinking model, not design thinking itself, which I love. I love the books and everything. But the pictures, as they are often drawn, are drawn sequentially with empathize, define, ideate, etc. Five
Prototype,
steps.
test.
Yeah, that's it. And I always say that's such a pity because it is meant to be iterative. You're meant to go back all the time. If you keep empathizing, you would understand a change in context and then the change in need of a person. Like indeed, as you said, the COVID had quite an impact on people and their work lives, of course. And I talked about it with my partner. And as an example, some people, they when they work from home, they suddenly have to work from a situation that was not meant to be used as an office for 8 hours. So they sit at kitchen tables for hours on end, and then they have pain in their backs and their necks, and they need physiotherapy and everything. But these are real problems that need to be addressed. So that you only find that out when you have an iterative approach to design thinking and lean startup, going back to the beginning all the time and keep empathizing and figuring out it has the need changed perhaps. Is there now a different problem to be solved? Or has one priority gone up and another one gone down because of the change in environment? That's why I offer my own innovation vortex as a different picture for design thinking and lean startup, which is iterative. Because I don't really like how the design thinking pictures are usually drawn. They're too waterfallish, and then they are easily misinterpreted.
So the spirit of design thinking is iterative, as is lean startup also. But sure. the perception of it is that it is sequential, if not a little maybe too ordered. Nice clean circle.
Yeah.
So you offer the term vortex or innovation vortex.
Yes.
A little more. Can you offer a little more insight?
So I have two issues with those pictures. One is that they come across as linear, as sequential. I debated another one recently, again last week, from Gartner, where design thinking was positioned before lean startup, and then after lean startup came agile. And oh my God, there you go again. You put things in the sequence. I mean, when does it ever stop? And the design thinking itself was shown as a sequence of a couple of steps. And then after design thinking came lean startup. I said, no, everything needs to be iterative. That should be the default, that everything is iterative. So that's my first pet peeve. And then the second, indeed, as you said, it is not like a neat step-by-step process of discrete chunks of work. It's a mess.
It's chaos.
Any innovator, any change agent knows that it is non-linear dynamic process. So as I always say, on Monday morning, you could be empathizing with users. On Monday afternoon, you could be looking at the latest test results of the previous prototype. And on Tuesday morning, you could be doing a retrospective. And on Tuesday afternoon, you could be ideating for new problems. You're going back and forth across the entire vortex. But it doesn't matter because the vortex is like a whirlwind. That's why I like the word vortex. It's messy. Everything is mixed together. As long as you touch it on all the parts frequently, then you should be good.
Yeah. How could that affect focusing on something? It just seems that I enjoy the imagery of vortex, and I do believe that you have to break stuff to innovate, and so and a chaos and basically a hurricane will do that. On the opposite side, it just seems that we're losing focus on completing something or getting to a right level of something before moving on to something else. Basically, like a squirrel kind of a situation. Could that be a risk with a vortex approach?
Maybe. I haven't noticed it myself.
No? Okay.
I just think that these different streams of the vortex, as I call them, they just can't be decoupled.
Okay.
Maybe empathizing with customers needs to be done only once per week, with customer interviews and observations and etc. And but continuous deployments and releases that could be done every day. That's a different cadence. While ideating for new features, maybe you can do that once every 2 weeks, and then you have enough to go by for the next few weeks. So why would it be 5, 6, or 7 discrete steps where every step is in lock sync with the others? That makes no sense to me. There are different kinds of work. As long as you ping pong back and forth between all those different kinds of work, you're good. And of course, you need to take into account that you go back often enough to each step. That's discipline, experience. I don't know. I personally have no problems with it, but maybe others will. I don't know.
Get a sprint master and you'll be fine.
Get a sprint master for sure.
And it goes without saying, you're probably empathizing while you're prototyping.
Yeah.
Maybe the five steps of design thinking are done always together. You're empathizing and defining an ideation and then prototyping and testing. Well, maybe not testing.
Well, if you certainly if you scratch your own itch, as some suggest, you solve a problem you have yourself that you recognize other people have too. Then it comes very close to being just one step. Yeah, because you're empathizing with yourself and ideating at the same time and things like that. Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's easier or harder, empathizing with yourself, but that's a whole other subject. We can talk about coaching some other time.